Hello, my dear YouTube friends. I would like today introduce very traditional, you can find any recipes like this, Ukrainian soup. The name of the soup is, as you know, borscht. In Russian, we say borscht, so which is very, very close sound, but in English, it's coming and landing to H letter, and in Russian, по-русски, sh. What it means, the words? The bor is bur, which is from Ukrainian word burak. It means burgundy color. And sh, we sometimes say shi. Everybody knows in Russia, Ukrainian, other countries, Slovenian, when they know it's a cabbage soup. So the borscht is the burgundy cabbage soup. That's what we're going to make it today. And I promise you're going to really, really like it. Because this recipe, what I do for many years, as you remember, I'm 66 old, and I was actually cooking from 80 years old when I got married. So let's see what the sound, like it looks like, and most important, like it tastes.
First thing we'll need to do is wash and boil our meat until it starts to foam. After about 5 minutes of the water boiling, we can now drain the water, wash the meat, and replace the water with as much as we want for our soup. Just try not to put it all the way to the top, as we will be adding other ingredients. You don't want the water to overflow. For our homemade broth, we're going to lock in extra flavor by frying in our vegetables ahead of time. I have 1 beet, 1 orange carrot, 1 parsnip, 1 onion with the skin, and 1 bulb of garlic with the skin. I have chopped up red onion, celery, salo, carrot, and red peppers. These, once fried, will all go into the soup. We will now shred the remaining amounts of beets we have on hand and mix it with pork lard, or like we like to call it, taplone sala. To help the soup have an extra rich red color, we will grate 1 whole tomato and add it to our mixture. We like to squeeze a little bit of lemon juice into the mixture to help with the levels of acidity.
All of them, vegetables always have to have a sugar, about 1 tablespoon on both dishes.
Good idea, Mom. That's a really good tip. Nobody can say they don't like beets after this. We're going to cover the pot with a lid that has a steam escaper. This would be a good idea to have on hand. Simmer for 10 minutes. We do something a little bit differently here. We actually boil the potatoes ahead of time and then make a little mash, but you can just put in cubed potatoes if you prefer. Gonna get my little helper to help me stir the veggies now until they become a little bit crispy. I'm adding about half a cup of tomato sauce, but you can use whatever you'd like. Ketchup works well too. Add in a sprinkle of garlic powder and paprika. The smells in your house will be amazing. To add a bit of liquid, we will borrow some from the soup and add a little bit to our stir fry. After our homemade broth has been cooking for about 1 hour, we will now take out the vegetables that we had put in there for the broth. We also take the meat out and cut it into smaller pieces, and we also make sure that the bone marrow is taken apart and not put back into the soup. We made our own shredded cabbage, but you can already buy the pre-shredded ones from the store and add it to your soup. Remember our tip from earlier and add a tablespoon of sugar, some paprika, and any spices that you prefer. Some good options are coriander, dried parsley, bay leaf, and peppercorn. This is totally optional, but we also add flaxseed in order to help with digestion. We find that it's really good and doesn't really taste like anything. Now this part is really special. We're going to take in our pork lard, Salo, and mix it with parsley and dill. Mix it all together and we're going to actually place it into the soup. Now it's time to add your mashed potatoes into the soup. Now remember, you don't have to mash it all the way. We just like the texture better. Now it's time to paint that soup with a beautiful red color. We're going to add in our beet mixture into the soup. Of course, we can't forget about our greens. We're adding in some chopped parsley, cilantro, and dill. Yum! Now is a perfect time to add in that mixture we just made with the pork lard and the greens. Gotta have that spicy chili pepper. Just for some contrast, we like to add in one small either yellow, orange, or red pepper. We're going to add in with the skin an entire bulb of garlic. The flavors is just going to be so amazing. While we've been adding all these ingredients, the soup has been simmering. Once we've added everything, we close the lid, simmer for a couple more minutes, and then turn it off completely. We're going to make our own croutons by adding in some Borodinski bread, cutting it into cubes, and putting it in the toaster oven. We add in some squeezed garlic and mix it all together with a little bit of salt. Don't forget to add in some olive oil to help lock in the flavor. We're also using store-bought dried bread and putting in a slice of Salo pork lard on each slice with a little bit of dried dill. This is a good traditional way of eating the borscht. To finish off your soup, it's always recommended to put 1 tablespoon of tasty sour cream. Thank you so much for joining us. We do hope that you'll try this recipe on your own. You can always modify it to however you'd like. Please comment below if you have tried it and let us know how it went. See you next Friday.